Hello everyone, name's Lukripa and welcome to the very first TV review here on Wikos. Today I'm going to review Secret Invasion, Marvel Studios' latest TV miniseries right now on Disney Plus, finally completed. Secret Invasion story follows somewhat closely the namesake storyline from the comics, where this shape-shifting alien species, the Skrull, which we first met in Captain Marvel, are trying to take over the world while switching places with the key human beings. And once the word gets around that that is happening, Nick Fury comes back from SWORD and tries to make things right. I generally like the Marvel TV shows that have been released up until now. Some are better than others, of course. And I think not all of them deserved a TV show. Some of them were better as a movie. But overall, they and somewhat of an entertainment, and in general the power of the MCU even up until Endgame, so before the TV shows, it was that there were a lot of movies, but all of them, even the worst one like The Incredible Hulk or Thor the Dark World, were entertaining in their own right. And same cannot be said about Secret Invasion. The show starts off strong, like really strong. You have Nick Fury coming back and having to deal with Maria Hill and Talos, and the chemistry between the actors, Samuel L. Jackson and Cobie Smulders, and then Samuel L. Jackson and Ben Mendelsohn, it's really palpable, especially the latter, which is literally the driving force of the show, to the point that it's the most entertaining thing of the whole production. And the first episode again ends in a way that later on I will talk about spoilers, as the warning at the beginning of this review said, starts in a very strong way where you really want to see how it goes on. And that also, again, the first episode introduces Sonya Falsworth, who is played by Olivia Colman, which is a very intriguing character, which we still don't know much about by the end of the show, but we really want to see her again in the MCU, as well as Ravik, played by Kingsley Ben-Adir, who you can see right now in theaters in Barbie, and soon as Bob Marley in the Bob Marley biopic releasing later this year. So I think calling him a rising star right now is an euphemism, and again, he's a very great character, because even the following episodes where he comes back on screen, he's legit scary, he's a legit extremist, and Kingsley again does a fantastic job. We're also introduced to Gaia, played by Emilia Clarke, who is Talos' daughter, who also is a part of the extremist group Ravik is the leader of. But again, the driving force of the show is the relationship between Talos and Nick Fury. It's no coincidence that once Talos dies at the end of episode 4, in an untimely manner even, the show goes downhill totally, and we have a lot of scenes in episode 5 and 6 that are just there to arrive to an end, sort of, and then you have this ending which it becomes a superhero movie, despite the first 4 episodes build up to a political thriller, which was built in a very effective manner also. And then again you have this superhero ending which amounts to nothing, and it's really frustrating because the show is essential for the future of the MCU, so you kind of have to watch it, and it's annoying because the fact that gets you hooked is that Ravik kills Maria Hill at the end of the pilot. You kind of have another historical character for the MCU dying in a show that ends up being whatever in terms of quality. And then, of course, you lose Talos, who was a really interesting character, played by a magnificent actor like Ben Mendelsohn. And they also killed the other most interesting thing of the show. And that's a bummer, because you wanted him to come back again. And also, Rhodey is a Skrull in this show. And apparently he has been a Skrull since after Endgame. And that's a big reveal. And that reveal is ruined because, again, it's part of this show which completely wasted the potential of the premise in a very fashionable manner, so to speak. Sonya Falsworth is alive and well, and I hope to see her again in the MCU because Olivia Colman really killed the role, and I think that she's perfect for it. Technically, the show is fine. I mean, the cinematography is okay, the editing is okay, the soundtrack is good actually. Chris Bowers created a very interesting theme for the whole thing, and that was great. What score do I give Secret Invasion? Well, the last week I gave the first 10 out of 10 for Oppenheimer on Wikos, and today I'm gonna give the first below average score for anything on this platform. Secret Invasion scores a 5 out of 10. It's frustrating, it starts off very promisingly, and it ends in a frustratingly fashion. That's my review. Did you watch Secret Invasion? What did you think about it? Let me know down in the comments. If you liked the video, even if it was a negative one, be sure to leave a like, leave a comment, and share it with anyone who can be interested. Also, be sure to follow Wikos on all social media. We are on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, X, Twitch, and TikTok. Thank you so much for watching this video. My name is Luke Ripa, and I'll see you again here on Wikos. Ciao!